Sometimes you'll have flows that need to run in a specific order, or flows that rely on the output of other flows. Unlike in Prefect 1, where implementing flows within flows necessitated messy workarounds, Prefect 2 introduces subflows as a first-class feature. The ability to freely call flows from within other flows is a useful and powerful way to organize your code. Let's look at an example. Here we have two independent Prefect 1 flows. We're calling them child flows because they will soon be called by this parent flow, our so-called flow of flows. In order for our flow to be able to trigger the other flows, we need to leverage two built-in utility tasks provided by Prefect. Create flow run will call the API to create a new flow run of an existing registered flow, so long as an agent is available to deploy it. Wait for flow run will pull the state of this flow run, which allows us to block other flows until the first has entered a completed state, thus ensuring they run in the correct order. Already you can see that this code is a bit verbose. This problem will only exacerbate with larger, more complicated DAG structures. In order to be able to run our parent flow, we must first register all of our flows into the same project that is specified in our code. We can do this by running this command in the terminal. I have a local agent running in the other tab, so all that's left to do is kick off the flow run. In the Cloud One UI, we can see the status of our parent flow run as well as the two child flow runs. You might notice that the names of the child flow runs are prefixed with the auto-generated name of the parent flow run. Beyond this, however, the relationship between these flow runs isn't always obvious. Now we move on to Prefect 2. In this example, we have all of our flows in the same file, something not possible in Prefect 1. However, we could import the subflows from other files just as easily. The syntax here is so much simpler and, of course, more Pythonic. It really is, in essence, just a bunch of Python functions calling each other. Instead of requiring special tasks, here we can just call any flow function directly from within the body of any other flow, basically the same way we'd call a task function. This allows much more flexibility, but be aware that there are still important distinctions between tasks and subflows, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Check out our docs for a full rundown. Instead of needing to register the child flows, we can simply call the parent flow, which will in turn call the subflows. I have, in this case, already created a deployment for this flow, set up a work queue, and have a local agent running and ready to go. These steps fall out of the scope of this video, but you can learn more about them in our other migration content. Moving over to the Cloud 2 UI, we can see all three flows separately in the Flows tab, and the flow runs we just kicked off in the Flow Runs tab. Additionally, if we click on the main flow, we can see a section for its subflows. Very nifty.